By the Sea of Galilee, the sun rose over the water as fishermen worked through the early morning. Simon Peter, Andrew his brother, and James and John, the sons of Zebedee, had been fishing all night. Their nets were empty, and their hearts were tired. As they cleaned their nets along the shore, Jesus came walking beside the sea. Crowds followed him, eager to hear his words. He stepped into Simon Peter's boat and asked him to push out a little from the shore. From the boat, Jesus taught the people, his voice carrying across the water. When he finished speaking, Jesus turned to Simon and said, "Put out into the deep water and let down your nets for a catch." Simon answered honestly, "Master, we have worked all night and caught nothing. But because you say so, I will let down the nets." They did as Jesus said, and suddenly the nets filled with so many fish that they began to tear. Simon called to James and John to help, and together they filled both boats until they nearly sank. Seeing this, Simon Peter fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Go away from me, Lord. I am a sinful man." He realized that he was standing before someone holy and powerful. But Jesus said to him, "Do not be afraid. From now on you will catch people." James and John left their boat and nets. Andrew followed as well. They pulled their boats onto the shore, left everything behind, and followed Jesus. From that day on, these fishermen walked with Jesus. They saw him heal the sick, calm storms, feed the hungry, and teach about God's kingdom. They were ordinary men, but Jesus shaped them into leaders who would share his message with the world. Lesson for the world today: God calls ordinary people. Jesus did not choose kings or scholars first. He chose working fishermen. This shows that God can use anyone, no matter their background, to do meaningful work. Trust even when it doesn't make sense. The fishermen had failed all night, yet they trusted Jesus' word. In today's world, faith often means obeying God even when the outcome is uncertain. Humility opens the door to purpose. Peter recognized his weakness, and Jesus met him with grace. True growth begins when we admit we need help. Purpose is greater than possessions. The fishermen left their nets behind not because work is unimportant, but because following Jesus gave their lives deeper meaning. We are called to help others, not just ourselves. Catching people means bringing hope, truth, and love to others. In a world full of fear and division, Jesus still calls people to share compassion and faith.